Are your parents close to retirement, but you're not sure if they're prepared for retirement and how it actually impact you? Welcome to the Wealth Twins Show. Today we're going to talk about the do's and don'ts on how to prepare for your parents' retirement. Okay? So Nicole, let's jump into it. What's the first
Well,
don't?
the first don't would be do not rely on your parents to tell you everything when it comes to their finances. They're not going to tell you it. We know just based on statistics, a lot of people thought they were planning for retirement in the right way. They thought they had enough money for retirement, but things have changed. Higher cost of living, right? Inflation, maybe medical expenses. Those things are started to eat away at their retirement savings. And when they look at the pot that they have, that nest egg, it really isn't as much as they thought they would need. Now that it's coming time for them to actually start using it. So with that, you have to understand your parents might not be happy with their financial situation, but they also might not tell you the truth about it because they don't want to look like the ones that might need your help later on because at the end of the day, they are the parents. So the first thing I would say is that you need to actually have a conversation with your parents, an open conversation to really see if they're able and are prepared for retirement when it comes to their finances.
Yeah, I would agree with that because if you have parents any near close to how our parents were, they, no matter how old you are, they will still treat you like a child and they will tell you that their finances are not your business. But when it's time at the point where they don't want to work or they can't work, those finances of theirs become yours. So it's better to have those conversations earlier rather than later. I would say another don't would be is especially if you're part of a big family, you have a lot of siblings, don't depend on your siblings to make it work out when your parents retire. Now, I know a lot of people, this might come to a surprise with people. Say you have two or three siblings, right? And you think, okay, when our parents retire, we'll split the cost and the time across each other equally, and we know that should work out fine. Based on experience and based on what I know from other people I spoke to, and I have friends that are going through the same situation, that responsibility is never split equally unless you're in a special situation, okay? The burden, I won't even call it a burden. The responsibility falls on one or two people. And most of the time, it's that responsible person. And I know if you're the person who's watching this channel right now, you're probably the responsible one when it comes to taking care of things around your house, taking care of your money. So people are automatically going to make you the default person to take care of your parents when that time comes. And it sounds foul, but let's be realistic. If that does happen, are you prepared to make that happen? Are you prepared to handle that in case that happens? Because what is going to happen is that a lot of financial resources are going to be used from you. How can you handle those new financial responsibilities if you don't even have your own money in order, right? Maybe you're saying, okay, I can handle my day to day expenses and my monthly expenses, but I haven't saved enough for retirement. And that's what I'm trying to do now. What if that gets put to a stop when you have to start looking at how are you going to help out your parents in retirement? So you have to look at it now and understand, don't try to depend on your other siblings. It most likely will fall on you.
I mean, yes, it's gonna sound it's not fair, but life isn't fair, and
Hmm.
we just have to face reality,
Yep.
okay? Because even though you have the same parents and they're equally your parents, it does not mean that you have the same values or the same situation.
Nope.
Maybe one sibling doesn't have children, another one might have more children. With that, everyone's gonna come up with a reason why they have to split their time and their resources differently. Another thing I would say, don't rely on the government. Now that goes for your situation and also your parents'
Yep.
situation, right? When it comes to retirement, right? We know that a lot of people use Social Security as one of the buckets that they're going to use for their retirement funding. However, we see what's going on. We know that Social Security is a big issue now, and it's only going to continue to be a bigger issue. It's going to be harder and harder to sustain the amount of Social Security that everyone needs. So that's why it's always on the table. So, one, we cannot rely on Social Security or the government in terms of benefits or programs to really be taking care of us or our parents when it comes to retirement. So definitely, you have to be the one that has to take on responsibility. I'm talking to the parents now. You have to be the one to understand that when it comes to retirement, we're the ones that have to be more responsible. Because at the end, it's our life, it's our money. So you have to not depend on the government to be the one that's going to fund your retirement.
Yeah, I think if you're a person who's depending on the government when it comes to helping you out in retirement, I think you will not be pleasantly surprised when it comes to understanding how little you can make on a monthly basis in order to receive services from the government. So now we told you a lot of don'ts. Let's get into the do's. How do you prepare for when your parents want to retire, but they may not be financially prepared in order to do it, or mentally or physically prepared? One of the do's is start doing estate planning as soon as possible. Okay. It is always better to sit down and have conversations with your parents about what they want to happen with their possessions or with their finances, right? Now, when I talk about estate planning, I'm talking about if your parents own a home, how would that home be taken care of? Who would it go to if something is to happen, right? Do they want to sell that house if they need to in order to pay for retirement? What are their assets that they have to make sure that they keep in control over and managing? And if they're going into older age, are they still fit to manage those assets, right? Who can they put in place to do it for them? This all goes into estate planning. You don't have to be at a point where you can't do it. You want to be at a point to create an estate plan when you actually are mentally able to understand what's going on with your assets, because we know as you get older it might be harder to take care of stuff and you might not know where everything is. This makes it so much easier to have everything in front of you and know what's going to happen with it, so there's no guessing. Okay, and it makes it a lot easier for your wishes to be held or kept up to the standard that you want, especially because you work so hard and you've earned those assets.
No, I think what goes hand in hand in understanding how to help your parents prepare for retirement is to understand what their whole financial picture looks like,
I agree.
not just for trusts
Yeah.
or estate planning, but in general. Know what organizations they're involved in terms of any type of funding, what pensions they have in place, what banks do they have, right? What pockets of investments in different companies do they have in terms of, are they with one financial institution or another, or maybe a couple of them? Because a lot of times people might have opened up different accounts at different brokerages or different wealth management companies and have forgotten that they have that money available to them. So just have an overall financial picture of where the money that you have is, right, for your parents. On top of that, help them understand what their budget looks like. What does it look like now versus what it's going to look like when they start living off a fixed income? Does it need to change? Do some adjustments need to be made? Do they need to move to a different location? Do they need to sell their house, like Nadia mentioned earlier? What do they need to do? But you can only understand that if at first you sit down, get all the paperwork, know what all the accounts are, and then start understanding what the big financial picture looks like.
I would say not only do this with your parents, but also do it for yourself, okay? Because at the end of the day, if their finances show a picture that they are not financially ready to retire, then you have to see what your financial picture is for you to be able to help them out in their retirement too. This also helps you understand if your parents are being scammed by anything, right? We know a lot of people in their older age can be more susceptible to scams over the internet, over the phone. So it's a way of you safeguarding your parents too. So maybe that's an argument you can make to your parents when it comes to, like, let's sit down and look at the finances. Because I know our parents were older. They didn't want to talk about anything financial, right? Until it was too late. Don't wait till it's too late. You can have steps now that you can put in place that everybody's aware of and nobody's caught off guard when it happens, right? I would say another thing that you should do when it comes to preparing for retirement, for your parents especially, is to understand what investments that they do have and how are they still suitable for them when they want to retire, right? Now, what do I mean by that? Maybe your parents had some kind of investment plan that they had in their company and they had made investments, but they really weren't looking at it. Maybe they had a lot of stock investments, maybe they had a lot of investments in stock of that particular company they were working for. We know this is a case for a lot of people. Now that they're retiring, maybe they want, or they should move into safer securities that are possibly able to pay them an income too, so that they're not, their income or whatever they're getting from their stock or their assets that they have doesn't dwindle to a point that they can't sustain them, right? They have this stock, or they have these assets that they invested in, and now they should be working for them. So it's time to move away from riskier assets to stuff that's safer, so that they can maintain their principal but also get a little bit of income off of it too. So it will be time to review what investments they have and help them manage that too.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to investments, they most likely might have a financial advisor.
Yeah.
You need to be the one that actually is able to speak and along on your parents' behalf, but also with your parents to understand what that financial advisor actually has them in and why. because we know just based on, there's some articles out there that you can actually read about certain securities that are being put into retirement portfolios that are not the best instruments for them to grow their investments, or for it's not really suitable for them. But there's financial advisors that are putting them into the portfolios and suggesting that they be put in because they're high fee products and they get a bigger commission off of them. One of them is called a fixed index annuity. So if you have something like that, or your parents have something like that in their account, you really need to question a financial advisor and ask them, why is that in there and for what benefit does that serve? Okay. Now, if you don't understand how important it is to be able to talk to your financial advisor, because one, they're probably charging a lot of fees for their services. So you should definitely be able to talk to them and find out what they're doing and why. But if you're not comfortable, then that's something you have to think about. If I'm not comfortable talking about my parents' finances and my parents can't answer those questions on their behalf and they can't even speak to the financial advisor and I can't do it myself, what can I do now to help prepare for that? One, you can learn about investing. You can learn about the different terminology, the different investments that are available, and how fees affect an investment portfolio. And if you want help with that, Nadia and I, we do have paid courses where we offer those type of lessons and just really give you the information you need to empower you when it comes to investing. Because fees can definitely hurt your investment account. And if you don't have the right allocation as to what bonds, stocks, or just index funds or funds in general in your account, you're really doing yourself a disservice and it's really hurting you in the long run. It's definitely hurting your parents as well.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. Now, when it comes to another do that you should do with your parents when it comes to their retirement is have them picture what retirement looks like for them, right? And then when you get that picture, then they might know whether or not they're able to actually retire, okay? Because here's the thing. We know a lot of people will say, "Oh, I deserve to retire. I'm at the age I want to retire right now." But are they actually ready for retirement? Do they know what they want that retirement to look like? Because if they have a clear picture of what that retirement looks like for them, when they look at their numbers, they'll understand if that retirement is actually possible for them or whether or not a 1 or 2 year difference will be a huge benefit for them. Ask them, if you want to retire, what does that retirement look like for you? Does it look like you're just sitting around all day doing nothing? Does it look like you're taking vacation? Does it look like you're spending time with the family more, spending time with your grandkids? What does that look like for you? And in order to make that happen, what do your finances have to look like? Do I have to support you with that? Can I support you with that? Have that conversation because you don't want a rude awakening when someone just says, "You know what? I'm done working. I want to retire right now." And they don't have the means to do it or have any clue of what the retirement that they want actually requires, okay? So have those conversations earlier rather than later because I know what happens. They might have to go back to work and then they're disappointed or a lot of it falls on you. So I just say have that conversation, have them picture it, and it will make things a lot easier, especially when they retire.
Yeah, I think another thing with on top of have them picturing it is help them shop around.
Mm,
Say if their budget comes out once you do that financial picture and you're looking at what their lifestyle wants to be,
yep.
and you see if they need funding or not, you can see, well, where can we maybe cut some expenses or lower some expenses or where we can find some money. So, like, say, shop around. If your parents are in uh, a regular checking account, a regular bank account, right, for savings, maybe you can help them shop for a high yield savings account, right? Maybe if they're paying all these fees for cable or so, or unnecessary products that they're no longer using, maybe you can help them maybe reduce their costs or eliminate their service altogether. And that money can be put in so that you don't have to wait until right when they want to retire, but you can ramp these things up. You can say, like, if you have a 2 year to 5 year time frame, you can help them start making adjustments so that when that 5 years is up and they're ready to retire, they have that cushion of money that they can use to help support them and also still maybe maintain some of those services because you did shop around and got them a better price for what they're actually using. So it's better to do it early rather than waiting until it's a must. So when it's a nice to have and you can actually have the conversation without being stressed, that is the best time to actually start it. So it's more of a ramp up until retirement rather than waiting until the day they retire to find out, man, they need some help.
Yeah, because I think it's more fair to them. We know a lot of people can get stuck into routines and they know what they like and they know what they want. If you do it gradually and switch them over to stuff and they see that it's actually better for them, it's better than say cut cold turkey. You can't have these channels anymore. Okay,
Yeah.
so just don't be on a delusion that you're going to be able to change your parents' mindset quickly, right? But work with them, and the more time you have to work with them, the better. I would say another do is get them a gym membership, okay? Because You understand how much your health takes into account when you retire, but you can also have a much better retirement if you're in good shape. If you want to help your parents out, you don't have to think about just finances. Think about how you can help them physically. And that's by getting them moving, getting them to exercise because it helps them in the long run and it helps them keep their independence. A little bit of exercise now and doing it on a consistent basis can help them out for years to come. Okay. So buy them a membership because a lot of the times, if as you retire and as you get older, you're not able to physically move as well as you were before. But people always take that as that's a given. That's not a given. There's so much research right now that shows just a little bit of strength training and eating right and going to the gym and moving around and exercising on a consistent basis does a lot more and can actually take you off a medication that you've been on for years or your parents been on for years just by moving their body more, which I think is way better for anyone to do, especially when you're in retirement.
Yeah, I think you both should have a membership. Get
Exactly.
a dual membership for you and your parents, right? Because this is also something that should be leading up to retirement, not just waiting until retirement. Because
Right.
besides the health aspect, there's also social aspect. And if they can get into that routine where they go into the gym and they feel it's a social thing that they're doing, they'll more likely want to continue to do it. So the earlier you're doing, you're making a routine and you find it to be a fun, sociable event that you're doing, it's going to be something like Nadia said, it's going to benefit you so much longer, so much more down the line. Another way you can help your parents prepare for retirement is be prepared to help them with both time and money. And if you can spread that out on a longer horizon, it's better because no one can pour from an empty cup, right? So you don't want to put all that stress on yourself and put yourself in a situation where you're giving so much time and so much energy and so much money that you forget to take care of yourself. So if you plan this on a long enough basis and you understand that retirement is coming up and you give yourself that leeway, then you can be able to prepare to help out when you can without, and also with time and money, without actually putting so much stress on yourself. Because again, you cannot pour from an empty cup.
Yeah, along with that, I would create like a little monthly thing that you put a little bit of money in to help you out by getting another resource to help you with your parents, right? That's something that's self care and it's taking care of your parents at the same time. And if you have siblings, that's something they could contribute to without really an excuse that will help both the person who is the responsible one who's helping out your parents and your parents too. Now, guys, if you like this video, make sure you give it a like and subscribe to the channel because we've been told that we have about 50% of the people who watch this channel do not subscribe. So do us a favor, subscribe and make sure you share it with someone you care about.